feel the wind picking up with Snyder and JT. Scopes on the turf where the next legends will be. Big college games light the sky with pride. We're breaking down every move from every side. A draft storm is coming, you can feel the rush. Sports Vibe, all got you covered, no need to hush. No better place to find your NFL draft prospects. Ride the whirlwind with insight you can't neglect. Player of the week spotlight steals the show. Underdog upsets make the headlines grow. We scout every snap, every breakout star. Turn raw talent into futures that soar far. Snyder's got his beer and his opinion runs loud. Check our top 25. Draft storm is here, no fear. We'll take the wheel and steer through the fiercest phrase. Fueling our draft storm with the passion we make. From campus turf to stadium roar, we separate the signal from the lore. In the swirl of rumors, we speak the truth. Tune in now, drop storms your proof. Draft storm is coming, you can feel the rush. Sports Vibe, all got you covered, no need to hush. No better place to find your NFL draft prospects. Draft prospects. Ride the whirlwind with insight you can't neglect. Ride the whirlwind with insight you can't neglect. Growth of it, Jokai. If it weren't for sports, how would we survive?
All right, good evening and welcome to Draft Storm. This is JT. I'm going to be bringing my co-host on here in a minute. But first off, I want to talk about not just Draft Storm is coming. We got Winter Storms coming, man. We got the 4 inches the other day. I'm hearing the jokes out there right now as I say 4 inches. But we got some 4 inches of snow. We got possibly another inch or two tomorrow. So it is a perfect time. Is a perfect time to get First Due Plumbing. Call First Due Plumbing. Winter's coming fast. Temperatures are already starting to drop. Don't let those pipes freeze, man. You'll be in a lot of trouble then. Any trouble with your toilet, sink, pipes, etc. Call First Due Plumbing at 412-979-5402. They will come. They will help you out. Don't let things get out of control here. It might be a rough winter we're in for. It's been a while since we had one of them in Pittsburgh. Speaking of Pittsburgh, let's bring my co-host in from the Berg. Snyder, how are you doing, man?
Oh, just great. It's a good time of year for college.
College football is the best time, man. Bowls are coming, championship games are coming, playoffs are coming, coaching hirings. I mean, lot of good stuff going on in college football right now. So Schneider, we're getting into we're already at the end of the regular season, minus the Army Navy game, which is insane how fast this went, man. Seems like yesterday I was talking to you for week one. My sliding door was open. It was about 85 degrees out, and here we are 15 weeks later. This is how fast stuff changes. It's now like 28 degrees out. Got a cap on. It's cold, man. It's cold out there. Let's talk about the games real quick. Go into what's going to happen now. Ohio State, they beat Michigan. We expected that. 27-9. They're going to be in the Big Ten championship again against, of course, Indiana, who crushed Purdue 56-3. We expected that. So 2 undefeated teams there. Real quick, tell us why this game might not really make a difference, or it doesn't make a difference.
They're both in. They're both automatically in. And unless it's a blowout, they're both going to be top 4. So if the game's relatively close, they're both going to be top 4 seeds.
So injuries, basically, You don't want to get hurt. I mean, you don't want Julian Sane to get hurt. You don't want your player from Indiana to
Well,
get hurt. 'Cause
no,
you know, you already know you're there, man. You know you're in this game no matter what. So I agree with you. The only thing on the line, I guess you could say, is probably a bye, right? But they all get by. 3 get buys or 4 get buys.
the first
Yeah,
four get buys, and I think they're both in it unless it's a blowout either
that's
way.
true.
But I don't expect that. So
So that's that game. So when you're watching this game, it might not be a big, might not be a huge, it might not be as a what's the word, a hard matchup as what you're thinking. Or teams are going to want to win this. You might see starters get pulled early in this game. If you do, that's the reasoning is going to be they got to stay healthy, man. There's no reason to win this game. It's almost the looking like a college player. Why play a crappy bowl game and you know you're a first round pick? This is sort of that feel to it.
yep.
Georgia beat Georgia Tech 16-9 in a non-conference game. I was actually shocked at that score after Pitt destroyed Georgia Tech. But Georgia plays Alabama in the SEC championship. Again, this game has a little bit more meaning, don't you think? I mean, for a bye, in fact, it will have a little bit more of a meaning.
Slightly, once again, and we'll get into this a little bit. Alabama could have something to worry about if they lose, but that's a long shot, but it could happen.
That'd be
So I
their
think
third loss,
it
right?
would help Alabama to win this game.
That'd be their third loss.
Well, there's some scenarios that can happen here towards the end of this that can really mess things up.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I want to talk about the playoffs as much as we can. We got Texas Tech BYU Big 12 championship. That should be a good game. We already talked about Alabama Georgia. Tulane North Texas is interesting. This game could have some feel to it if what we're going to talk about in the playoffs. This could be 2 teams here that are playing, not knowing what's going to happen if they win or not. James Madison, they play Troy. That's another team that's sort of on the fringe. And the game that probably means more than anything, and you're going to explain this to people, Virginia plays Duke. And who would have thought that the ACC might have just a little bit more to do with something, and it has nothing to do really with the winner of this game, right, Snyder?
Well, it could, because if Duke wins this game, ACC might not have anyone in the playoffs.
Maybe Miami, though, right? Maybe
No.
Miami.
Nah, Duke wins that, they're going to screw that up hard. Because the thing is, the top 5, you look at it, there's the top 8, they're probably going to make it. Up to Oklahoma, they're probably all in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to take the 5 highest ranked conference champions. Right now, you only have 3 with the Big 10, SEC, and Big 12. So you have 2 more conference champions have to be named. One will be the Tulane North Texas. They're in for sure, the winner of that, because they're both ranked. The other one could be, if Duke wins, could be James Madison, because they're ranked. Duke is not. So if James Madison wins, they're gonna stay ranked. So that's 2 more teams in right there. That gives you up to 10. Now, who is the last 2 teams?
Here's a question some people might ask. If Duke wins big over Virginia, just say they crush Virginia, could Duke be ranked?
I doubt it. They have 5 losses.
That's
They're
true.
7-5. Haven't beat anyone.
I
mean,
agree
their
with
best
you.
wins were 4-4 teams. They haven't looked good.
If Duke loses, how do you think the playoffs play out?
Oh, I think if Duke loses, you're going to get both James Madison and the Tulane or North Texas in the playoffs.
And Virginia, right?
No. Well, if Duke loses, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Virginia's ranked.
Virginia loses. That makes things, that's probably knocking James Madison out. That makes Virginia in for the ACC. Then you're going to have the Tulane, North Texas winner more than likely as your 5 champions. Once again, you're still at 10 right there. Now you got 2 more teams, Alabama, Notre Dame. If BYU beats Texas Tech, you're down to 1 opening. So then who are you taking? Alabama, Notre Dame, or Miami?
Oh. So that means Miami has a tough road. They really do have a tough road. And that's why
It's a tough one. And honestly, I'll even give one more in there. I don't think they're going to make it. Texas. I don't think anyone has 3 better wins than Texas out of the top 12 teams that we've just talked about. Because Texas has beat Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and A&M.
That's true. That's true, man.
Two of their losses are to Ohio State and Georgia.
And that's why
1 and
Sark.
3.
That's why Sark's preaching. He thinks they deserve to
Oh
be
yeah.
in.
Yep.
Like I said, no matter what, you could have 20 teams in this. We'd still be arguing about teams 20 and 21. So people out there saying we need more teams. I think 12 is a good amount. You're always going to have this going on. Do you think eventually they may change the conference champion thing totally? Just go with the top 12 teams.
I don't know. The conference championship games make a ton of money. I don't really see them getting rid of them. So I would say no.
Before we get into more and more of the playoff stuff, we got to talk about last week a little bit for the fact our Impact HVAC Player of the Week, Snyder. And I went back and forth. We were talking about this on the phone. I was gonna go with the Wisner kid from Texas because he did it against A&M, but he had no touchdowns in that game. So I went with the first guy that really looked like he was a guy I thought that had a great game, and that was Jaden Baugh from Florida. He ran the ball 38 times for 266 yards, 2 touchdowns against Florida State. We give him the Impact HVAC Player of the Week. Schneider, some big games this week. They were all running backs, so it was weird. A couple quarterbacks, but
mostly.
Diego Pavia, you got to give him some credit, man. 18 of 28, 268, 1 touchdown. If he didn't throw to 2 interceptions, I was about to give him his third Player of the Week because he also had 20 rushes for 165 yards and the touchdown. So he was there, but the interceptions pushed him back. Here's the guy I was talking about, Quintravian Wisner from Texas, 19 carries, 155 yards in that upset win over A&M. He scored no touch, but he still had a great game. I was really close to giving it to him. Penn State's Katron Allen, man, last couple of games, he's been running lights out. He had 22 carries for 226 yards and a touchdown and a tough win over Rutgers. Rutgers played tough. I give him credit. Roman Hemby, Indiana, he only had 12 carries, yet he had 152 yards. If that guy would have had 20 carries, he might have been pushing 300 yards. And he had a touchdown. Yeah. I was at the Pitt Miami game, and I had to tell you something. Ruben Bain's unblockable. His numbers weren't as good as they could have been. He had 5 tackles, a sack and a half. But he dominated the line of scrimmage all day against Pitt. Caused Heinzel to throw the ball away a bunch of times. This kid, Bain's right there at the top 3 of my list right now for the first pick next year overall. I think he's that good, man. We'll get into that as we get into more podcasts. But I love this kid. This kid's been in our Impact HVAC Player of the Week about 3 times now as a runner-up, and that's Caleb Hawkins, that running back from North Texas, man. He just puts up like 180 yards a week. He had 25 carries for 186 yards. So nice week today by running back. It was a big running back week. Also, the guy I did forget to talk about was California, the quarterback, and you said he has too many vowels in his name, which I think is about 11 vowels. It's Jaron Kiwi Sega Polotelli. 20. He was 31 of 40, 330 yards and a touchdown. That was an upset because I thought SMU was gonna rule them. Honestly, I did. But they didn't. California and SMU would have been in this game. That was a crazy win by California in a game that was must win for an SMU team who the past 2 years has basically won the ACC games they've had to. So those are the players for the week. Congratulations to Jaden Baugh. You will be getting a Sports Bible beanie sent to you if you reach out to me and say, "Hey, Sports Bible, I heard about you reaching out or giving me the award." Schneider, we're gonna go. We're actually not gonna do any commercials today. No commercials today. We're gonna go right into just a quick little I'm gonna put you on the spot here, 1 through 12, and we're gonna go by. I'm gonna give you the scenario. The first scenario is this. The first scenario is Duke loses to Virginia. Okay, so Virginia's in. Now I want you to. Let's just for shits and giggles, real fast. Let's keep track of this. Let's just say Ohio State beats Indiana. Not that it mattered, but Ohio State beats Indiana. It was a 31-24. It was a pretty close game. That's a scenario for you. Georgia beats Alabama 17-14. Close game, but Alabama loses. Keeping track of that. Texas Tech, they roll on BYU. They win 40-21. So BYU wins the Big 12. North Texas beats Tulane 21-20. Great game. Best game of the weekend. Let's go with that. James Madison rules Troy 51-15. Crazy game. James Madison's in now. That should be what you need there from all that. So your number one, of course, is going to be Ohio State, right? No, hands down. They're number one. Indiana lost by 7. Do you give Indiana number 2, or do you move Georgia up to the 2 spot, who just beat Alabama 17-14?
I'll keep in. They just lost.
Yeah, Alabama beat Georgia.
Close game.
I mean, Georgia beat Alabama 17-14. Ohio State
Indiana
31-24. They lost.
Touchdown game. Oh boy, I'll give it to Georgia. I would. Georgia has better wins.
Georgia 2. Do you go Indiana 3 then?
Yes.
Okay, 3. Where do you put number 4 right now then? Do you push Oregon up, or do you go Texas Tech, who ruled BYU?
I have Texas Tech over Oregon.
Okay, so you go Texas Tech 4. That's our 4. In this scenario, that's our 4 bye teams. Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana, Texas Tech. Oregon starts off at number 5. So Oregon,
that's fine,
at 5. So now, do you move up? Here's a good one. Now, do you stay in order? Do you keep Ole Miss, A&M, and Oklahoma in that range, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah, why? Yeah, none of them played, so it doesn't really matter.
So Ole Miss 6, A&M 7, and Oklahoma 8. Now here's where the fun starts happening. Who do you put at number 9, Snyder? Like you're not even. Are you even looking at Notre Dame yet, or Miami?
Well, they have to be considered. I don't know what seed Virginia and you said North Texas won, correct?
Virginia, North Texas, and James Madison all won their games.
Well, Madison won't be in it then. Okay. They won't make it. So that means North Texas will be the last seed. They'd be number 12.
Okay.
Virginia they're only ranked like 16. Virginia would probably be about the 11th seed.
And that opens up 9 and 10. And you still have Texas
Alabama,
Tech.
Notre Dame.
You still have Texas. Oh, not Texas Tech. I'm sorry.
Miami.
Yeah.
At that Vanderbilt? Point, you're looking at basically. Excuse me?
Vanderbilt?
Nah, I'm not giving it to Vandy.
Okay. Chris, you're out there. I'm just kidding. So you got it was a nice year for them, but they're not I don't think they're that good. So you got 2 spots between Notre Dame, Miami, and
Alabama,
Texas.
And Miami.
Alabama, too. That's right. Oof.
Alabama would have 3 losses, but one would be in a championship game.
Miami would be
Notre
10
Dame
and
with
2.
2. Miami with 2.
Miami with 2 that beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, but Miami lost to Louisville and SMU.
That's true, too.
Notre Dame's best win is against USC. Miami's best win is Notre Dame. I would probably go Alabama and Miami.
That's 9 and that's 10. Off. So that's that scenario. And then the matchups would be Oregon, North Texas, Ole Miss, Virginia, A&M, Miami, and Oklahoma, Alabama. So nice matchups. Now let's change this now. All right, let's go this way. Just for shits and giggles, Indiana beats Ohio State 21-20, last second field goal. So Indiana wins. Georgia loses to Alabama 30-10. Alabama just took it to them. Um, let's go BYU over Texas Tech, 31-20.
Now you're making it fun.
Yeah, we're doing it. They're gonna see how what teams are really on the, and we're gonna do what you said. We got to do it one time. Duke beats Virginia 21-3. Duke just
That
beat
was
them, man.
chaos theory. I love it.
Duke wins that 21-3. We'll go Tulane 30-21 because that could happen. They beat North Texas.
Oh yeah.
I'm still going with James Madison over Troy though. Going
Okay.
31-21. So that's the matchups now. So number one, you automatically go Indiana?
Yes.
Okay, so one's
Ohio
Indiana
State
now.
too.
Okay, so you switch them two around. Georgia got squashed by Alabama pretty good in that game. So who do you move up to 3?
If Alabama kicks their butt, you almost have to move Texas Tech up to 3,
Mm-hmm.
and probably Georgia down to 4. That would probably about as much as I'd go.
Okay. Do you sneak Alabama ahead of Oregon yet or not yet?
No.
Okay, so you still go
They
Oregon
don't get
5.
that.
So is your 5, 6, 7 still the same?
5 through 8 is going to stay the same.
Okay, so 6 is A&M. 7 is Ole Miss, and now your number 8 is
Oklahoma.
So that leaves 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you got no ACC team because Duke won.
Yep. So now, well, if Alabama won big, then they're automatically in. So
they're
you
number
can stick
9.
them in there at the number 9 or whatever.
Okay, but at 9. So Alabama at 9. What
Now
about
we have who won? You said Tulane won?
Yeah, Tulane beat
So Tulane's in, and so is James Madison. So they're going to be 11 and 12. James Madison will be 12. Tulane would be 11.
and
you're
leaves
at one spot.
One spot between Miami.
No, you're not. Did you say BYU won?
Oh yeah, that's right. I had BYU.
BYU's in. That's it right there.
Wow. So that scenario that we just played out means that Miami, Notre Dame,
are out.
Are gone. So you don't have a rule. You doing these two different versions. There might be a way to do it, but is Notre Dame pretty much out in your mind then?
I value the Miami win over Notre Dame a little more than it seems like the National does, but it's close. I mean, you're nitpicking. I mean, yes, Miami lost to 2 crappier teams, but how do they figure that Notre Dame game? Plus, Notre Dame lost by 1 point to A&M.
There's your TC Javor, by the way.
There's 2 of them that are that close. I don't know how they're going to. Right now, the national media is favoring Notre Dame.
And that's what the TC just says. The committee will not allow Notre Dame to be in it.
I sort of bet that's going to happen. And I don't think Texas has much of a shot, even though I think they deserve to be really considered for those 3 nice wins they got. Because no one has a better 3.
In that top 12, in that top 6, you said
top 12. Out of the top 12 going into this thing, no one has 3 better wins.
Oklahoma had a couple, but not that.
Oklahoma, they beat Alabama and Michigan.
Okay, so yeah, they're not there either. You're right. Them 3 wins.
Ole Miss. I mean, Oregon's best win is USC.
So
I mean, there's a lot of teams you can pick on in these scenarios.
No chance Vanderbilt gets in at all.
Realistically, no, I don't think they have a shot. Too many SECs ahead of them. I think Texas gets in before Vanderbilt.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a good weekend to watch football. It's gonna be bedlam. If we get
a couple of these,
Snowden,
yeah, that BYU Texas Tech's a big one. I believe Texas Tech is in for sure, no matter what. And if BYU upsets them, then BYU's automatically in. No one counted on 2 Big 12s.
So you had Texas Tech at number 4 both ways, winning and losing.
I had 3 and 4.
No, you had them at 3. That's right. You had them at 3. Man, that's gonna be That's right. You actually had them higher when they lost because you had
No, because you had Georgia getting killed by Alabama in the second one. So I moved Texas Tech up. But they lost to BYU in that one too.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I wasn't even
saying.
thinking about that. Yeah.
So they were actually higher in that. So if you had to redo that, would you jump Oregon to 3 then?
No, I'm not jumping Oregon. I don't think Oregon's that good.
Would you jump A&M to 3? They only had that one loss.
No, because they only have one good win. The
Ole
only team they
Miss?
beat's Notre Dame.
Would you jump Ole Miss to 3?
Ole Miss? Who's their big win? Oklahoma.
You're getting down to the
They
nitty
lost
gritty
to
now,
Georgia.
though.
They lost to Georgia.
You're getting down to the nitty gritty. He could move up to that 3 spot.
That's
You
why I don't
can't
think
get.
I don't think Georgia's going to go far or Texas Tech. Georgia has a pretty good resume because they beat Old Miss, Texas, and Georgia Tech are still top 25. So they have a pretty good resume. What their only loss being Bama in a close game.
TC said Oregon had a huge win against Penn State at the time, though. He said, "I'm not throwing shade. You got to look at where teams were prior to current day," which I agree with that to the point.
I don't.
You don't?
They played 3 cupcakes before then. They lost 2 crap games after that. Penn State wasn't that good. They were overrated.
Our boys here,
The
by
end
the
of the
way, Chris.
season, the end of the season shows you how good they are.
I knew Vandy Chris would pop in here. Here we go. Here's his problem. And you listen to this. You listen to this, Snyder. See what you think. My problem is this: the chairman stated Oregon gets credit for a ranked win at Penn State, but they aren't giving Vandy credit for their 4 wins over teams that were ranked at the time we played.
I didn't hear that one, so
I didn't hear that either. If that is true, that ain't right.
Yeah, you're right. If that's correct, then yeah, that's not right.
Chris,
but the only thing they're going to say at that point then is Penn State was ranked number 2, and for Vandy's wins, Vandy's biggest win that I can think of is Missouri.
Maybe Tennessee,
I don't know who else they played that would have been ranked.
Tennessee was ranked at the time. Missouri was ranked. Oh my gosh. They beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, there wasn't much. So
they beat LSU, who was ranked at the time. I think they beat I can't remember off the hand. Chris, Vandy, Chris, if you're out there, real quick, write a quick paragraph. What's your if you were gonna go talk to the committee right now, what's the reasoning that you give that Vanderbilt should be in it? You could do that for us. I want to hear what you have to say. Because we're the committee. We have all the pull in the world right now.
I'd put Texas in over Vanderbilt.
And that's because of their wins over A&M and
plus they beat Vandy. They beat Oklahoma, Vandy, and A&M.
So that's why you think even if Vandy that would be the
okay. Yes, I think
here's his wins. Here's his ranked wins. South Carolina was 11, LSU was 15, Missouri was 17, and Tennessee was 17. At the time,
South Carolina has a losing record. LSU isn't a heck of a lot better. And Tennessee, would they end up 8-4, 7-5, something like that? None of them ended up really strong. So
I admit that I would love to see Vanderbilt get into a point because I just I want to see this Pavia season continue. I think the kid's been amazing. I think if I had to pick right now, I'm going to give it me personally. I'm giving him the Heisman, or I'm giving it to Jeremiah Love. That's the two guys that I think have stood out the most and have been the most consistent players from the beginning of the year. Like we all had our moment with Carson Beck. Remember that? We all had our moment with Mendoza. Mendoza's right there too. I should honestly say that Mendoza's got to be right on the cusp of a Heisman as well. But
he's going to get invited. I don't think he's going to win it, but he's going to be there. He'll be on the stage.
You think Love or Pavia get it?
I think Pavia is going to get a lot of credit, but in the long run, I think it's going to be Mendoza or Sayin.
You don't think Love has a chance?
No. He didn't put up that monster a year. He had a good year.
Notre Dame didn't.
But what he had, 1,600 yards, something like that. It wasn't something to set the world on fire. I mean, the kid from Nebraska has roughly the same.
The two things always happen during our podcast. We get T.C. Javor will always say we are. and Terry Walker will always say, "Go Bruins." And he was just on our Steeler Rewind on Monday night, and Terry's pumped. Terry, you're pumped about the James Madison hiring. He was pumped about it, so he's happy with what UCLA went with. And before we go, Schneider, a lot of pieces are falling in place. What are you hearing about Penn State's really taking their time with this, aren't they?
They're screwing up. That's what they're doing. They're almost all their candidates are all gone. I mean, you're getting to the point where you're hearing Brian Daboll from the Giants
Oh, jeez.
is one of the prime candidates because all the other guys have been signed to long-term deals or gone to a different school now. So there's not much left. Hartline just went somewhere, so he's out of the picture. I mean, they're screwing up. I think Terry Smith is going to end up being. I think Terry Smith's going to end up being their head coach. My opinion.
I think that with the pool of the players, and I think you might be right, man. They just seem like they're behind this guy. Might be a way to keep more guys from baiting the ship, falling off the ship. If they keep him, they might have less guys that walk away. Here's Chris's this is his talk to us, the committee. Vanderbilt has a better strength of schedule than Miami, BYU, and Notre Dame. I give them that. We have a better strength of record than all three. I guess it is strength of record than all three. As for Miami, they are a third place team in the ACC, and I agree with that as well. It's a bad conference. Every other conference has their teams listed in order of finish in the CFP. Why isn't Miami there for the third ACC team listed? It's a good question as well. That actually is a good point because every other team, he's right. If you look at the ranking of the conference, it's the ranking that they're in their ranking.
It depends on every team's tiebreakers, yeah. Every conference's tiebreakers, how they do it.
There is no reason for Miami to be ahead of Virginia.
Virginia only has one loss.
2 losses.
Well, yeah, but 1 loss in the conference, I should say.
Yeah, and they had that weird loss that was really a conference loss, but they called it an exhibition game. I've never heard that in my life, but that's a new rule.
Yeah, so who has Virginia beat this year? You got to beat somebody to win. I don't care. They get a ranking. Top of my head, I don't follow Virginia too close, but I don't think they beat anyone. The ACC stinks, so we all know this off the bat.
You're right there. It's a bad season. I mean, how many teams had a chance to win the ACC? That tells you how.
I mean, Pitt had a chance. Duke actually won it with 5 losses. That tells you a lot. Well, they're in the conference final. I shouldn't say they won it, but they're in the conference final with it.
Crazy. It really is crazy.
Miami has it because they beat a good team. They beat Notre Dame. That's why they're still up there.
Virginia beat Virginia Tech. They beat Duke during the regular season. They lost to Wake Forest. They beat California. They beat North Carolina 17-16. We know how bad North Carolina was. They beat Washington State 22-20. Not a good team. Beat Louisville 30-27, and they beat Florida State. And they beat Stanford. So, I mean, they really don't have a big win in there at all.
That's why Miami's ahead. They beat Notre Dame. They have a big-time win in their record, and no one else in the ACC does.
And that's true.
Worse.
And they beat when they beat what was I saying? I got mixed up because I saw Terry. They beat Florida State when they were ranked. And that's fine, but
I don't remember, but they might have, yeah.
There's so much to go with that, though. We just talked about that. Like, okay, the team is ranked at the time, we get it, but you got to give a little bit of credence to where the team goes afterwards. To know a team. Can we just say the ranking was wrong? Maybe the ranking was too high. I still say Clemson and Penn State were ranked too high when the season started. Maybe not Penn State as much as Clemson. I didn't like Clemson being called a number 1 team at the beginning of the year. I thought it was crazy. I could see Penn State with the talent they had.
Beat anyone or no 9T? What's that?
Beat anyone or no 9T?
Wow.
Beat no one or no? I don't know what that means. Or Notre Dame?
I think it's a misprint. Yeah. But whatever.
Chris, believe me, man. I think Vanderbilt's. I think they're a good enough team to be there.
Years ago, Big Ten put Ohio State in over Indiana. So it's not the first time this has ever happened.
That's true too. That's right. Indiana won, and they still give it to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Here's Terry's prediction for Penn State. Deshaun Foster.
Gee,
He
thanks.
loves that.
Rub it in a little more.
He loves that.
Rub it
Deshaun
in. Keep
Foster.
rubbing. A little salt on it too.
But hey, guys, that was a great playoff one. And guys, Chris, Vandy, Chris, Terry, TC, whoever wants to, we're gonna have a round table when we get to the playoffs. When the playoff teams are announced, and I want to really get people's feedback on where it goes. And Chris, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Vanderbilt's gonna be one of the 2 or 3 teams that has a beef not to get in there. I think Notre Dame's going to be a team. I think Vanderbilt has a team, and probably maybe Miami. That might be the 3 teams we're talking about right there. That they have a semi beef to be in there. This is what you get though when you promise these conference champions. I mean, do you really think Tulane is better than any of them 3 teams we just named? That's
Yep.
the part. That's the part that I think, Chris, we might argue with a little bit. You put a Tulane and a James Madison in. I mean, you're sort of watering down what's going to happen in the rest of the playoffs. I mean,
I know.
they're not going to go much. And before we go, here's one more thing. He says, beat anyone or not, Virginia is still higher in the ACC than Miami. Miami should be behind Virginia in the call of food. I don't know, man. I sort of agree. I agree with Snyder. They beat Notre Dame, who ended up being a strong team. I do get when you upset a team early in the year. Sometimes it's and you have to admit this. Like, you beat a team first week, second week. People remember that. You remember them games. It's the first games of the year. I'm still remembering the Florida State win. You just remember that game. You don't, But as the season goes on, them teams, like, look at Florida State. They beat Alabama. But as the season goes on, you saw the real Florida State. Notre Dame became stronger after that game. I mean, they're. I just saw them at Pitt a couple of weeks ago. They're on all cylinders, man. There ain't much stopping Notre Dame. I mean, if you told me right now,
Notre Dame's toughest 2 games of the year were the first 2 of the year. After that, they hit a cream puff schedule. They didn't play much. I mean, their best win is USC. That's it.
Chris, that's apples and oranges, man. The NFL a little different. I mean, the Raiders beat the Patriots in week 1. No, they're not better than the Patriots today. I think that's the part that we're trying to say. Florida State beat Alabama. We're just saying that.
What's the record, though? Come on. You got to be realistic about that. One team's 11-2, and the other one has 4 or 5 wins. Come on.
Yeah, it happens, man. It just, I mean, college is a little different than pro, though. I mean,
Steelers beat Patriots.
Yeah, the Steelers won. And I guarantee the Steelers ain't going to. I guarantee the Steelers play the Patriots next week. I'm putting all my money on the Patriots, man. I'm not even going to hesitate. I do get your point. You can look at it that way, but I think it's apples and oranges. Florida State beat Alabama week 1. If Florida State played Alabama next week, I'd be shocked if they kept it under 30 points, that they lost by 30. I mean, just different time of the year. You get Ty Simpson just starting off the season. Just things happen, man. But it was a great episode, guys. I'm going to get going. We got the Renegades coming up here in a little bit, but Snyder does a great episode. Next week will even be better because we'll know what's going on then. So we'll talk about the decisions of the committee. Chris, be around. Vandy, Chris, come on. Let us know what you think. No matter what, Chris, you're definitely. If there were 16 teams, I would say Vandy was a guarantee. But I mean, this is what it is, man. We're gonna always have this. But thank you guys so much for looking in and talking some football with us. And we'll be back next week, next Wednesday at 7:00. Snyder, have a great evening. Not too many beers. It's gonna snow tonight. You gotta get out there and.
Nope, I got a game to play here next.
Oh, good luck. That's right. Good luck, man.
All right.